training for our industrial maintenance, electrical, and machining programs possible. Many students, whether they're the youth students or our adult students, who couldn't otherwise go to school because maybe they're not eligible for grant funding. This this other state grant is providing that funds for those students to come to school. We wouldn't necessarily know about those funds if it wasn't for them coming into the schools and educating us to what's affordable, and then also going to the high schools and letting workers know when they come in to find a new type of position they need to be retrained, and they let them know that this is available and that there's a local school they can go to. If these individuals had to drive 50 miles to talk to somebody, I just don't know that it would be as effective.
Well, our youth are already intimidated when they go somewhere new anyway, so they can go to the career center. It's right here at home. I've got a son that's went through it and doing great, and if it wasn't for them, I mean, I don't know if he went to school. I'll just be honest with you. So I've kind of got a story myself with Terry talking about his sister-in-law there. So, I mean, I think everybody in this room's probably knows somebody that's went through the FAME program that's involved with it in some way. So it's really a benefit to our community to have them here. I do agree. I appreciate you speaking up.
Terry, did you say that the state had bonded how much?
100 million.
There was $100 million bond authorization in the last budget.
And that was
last
approved.
year. And it was approved, and it's in the process. Workforce Development Academy, where's Tom? He probably knows more about it than I do.
It's gone.
It's already been spent, and did we get any help? So, that's unfortunate, and maybe something to help.
Dang, that's quick expenditure.
Yeah.
$100 million.
I'm sure you ladies want to stay here in the county. I know you don't want to have to travel and go anywhere else, and we definitely, want to keep you here. Have you all got anything you all want to say, or?
Really allowed to say much.
Okay.
We have a number that you can call if you would like some more information, just to kind of protect ourselves.
Well, I mean, I've used you in the past and always, just been excellent. And I've researched a little more since all this has come about, and I'm just simply amazed on what all you all, have done and accomplished, so.
It's obvious. I think we've been here for a few years, and I think this is the largest crowd I think we've ever had.
For sure.
And it's,
I don't think it is. I know it is.
okay.
I'll let Tom.
I think it's for your all support, not ours, so.
And to touch on what Terry said,
Stevie that I couldn't talk very long.
She's a smart lady.
I'd just like to say that we were informed today that our career services might be increased dramatically, or the need for career services might be increased dramatically in the very near future. And we'd be nuts to let our people go to E-Town. Number one, they're not going to go. Number two, if they go, industries in E-Town are going to hire them. They're darn sure going to try and hire them. And, if we can get the city and the county to come together, it would make a real statement. And if we can get Washington County to come in with us, we got a regional approach. And we can continue keeping this a job center for the state and the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
And let's throw the industrial board in there with us too.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. So we're all together here, Tom.
We're behind you 100%.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you out front.
we're gonna let you prove it to us.
Neil?
Neil Caldwell. I just want to say that in 2009, I was a displaced worker looking at a midlife career change. I know Betty Bell really well. We was kind of in the same arena. Was offered some free college credit hours and drew unemployment for a couple of years. That was kind of getting depleted. And Terry Thomas, I called her, the WIA. I was seeking an associate's degree and got into a social work track. And if it wasn't for Terry, they paid for my bachelor's degree to go on to the University of Louisville. Don't hold that against me. But anyway, I got a bachelor's degree and I harnessed the job down here in Berry. Was able to be a employee of the Marion County here, and I'm proud to be an employee here. I want to get my master's degree and all my things, Terry, and what they do. Elizabeth and them come down every week to help the clients there. But it's changed my life. Education changed my life, and you know, right here in Marion County, I grew up here, and if it wasn't for that, I think you all voted on even hiring me here at the detention center, and I appreciate these guys here, what's happened for me, so. And I do know Betty, and the same thing happened to her, so she's got a good life today, too.
Appreciate you.
Judge, I guess my question is that, when plans to fail, they fail to plan. So what is our plan? What is our, I think Terry, actually, I think Mr. Mills would be a tremendous resource, especially with his knowledge of state government and the inner workings. So just saying, Terry, it might be that the judge might grab a hold of you, okay? But I guess we have to develop a plan, and I think we need some direction here. We need to know, we need more information, obviously, before we can actually just pull through, because.
But the problem we have is the time. You know, it's February the 15th is the closing, scheduled closing date, so, you know, it is getting upon us pretty quickly. So I'm thinking there'll be a lot. Sherry Johnson with Lincoln Trail, she could probably give us a little bit of insight of what she knows about the.
Well, thank you for inviting us to come over this evening. And let me tell you a little bit about what the local workforce development board is charged to do by the cabinet on this reorganization. And then two, I want to start with is the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act programs that many of you have benefited from, that we have funded probably 30, 40 people with the Kentucky Bank program this year, and with multiple on-the-job training contracts, will not be leaving Marion County. Terry Thomas will be in this community February 16th. We understand the importance, and I feel certain that the Lincoln Trail Workforce Development Board will make that happen. The second thing is the local board has been asked by the cabinet to give them a plan on the centers that are affected in our area. We have 3 centers. We have a standalone office in Springfield, and we've been working with our chief local elected official, who's Judge Tommy Turner, and with the board. They will meet Monday. We're going to recommend to our executive committee that Marion County stay open.
Give them a
Great.
hand, yeah. Thank you very much.
We're going to ask the state, if our board agrees, we're going to ask the state to give us 1 full-time OEP person. That person will have to come from Elizabethtown or wherever they designate, but we're going to ask for that. We're also going to ask that that full-time person go to Springfield 1 day a week. We're going to ask both rehab, because they have 2 people. Current Bardstown, we're going to ask one of them to come full-time to Marion County. We're going to ask all the partners that you mentioned earlier to come as they are currently coming now. We've had some preliminary conversations with the Kentucky Farm Workers Program. They have a full-time person in Bardstown. We've asked them to consider, to Marion County.
Excellent.
That one is full-time,
We
just
continue
spend
to
1
talk
day
to
in
other
Washington County.
agencies, but we understand the importance, not only to Marion County and Washington County, but it also impacts Boyle County and Adair and Taylor and Greene counties. So the board is going to make that recommendation. Terry Thomas will be here February 16th.
Great.
Just to ask a question.
True.
Would it be appropriate, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but would it be appropriate for me and the judge to be at that workforce meeting board on Monday, the board meeting on Monday, to express our support?
I think you've got one right here. She is on the executive committee. I think you're good.
So
I mean, you're welcome to come. You're welcome to come. It's an open meeting.
Does she need those letters that we've got?
We could probably give them to her, yeah.
And thank you. You're part of the executive committee.
Mary Cameron is.
Oh, Mary, oh, well, there you go. God bless you, Mary. You know we love you.
More now than ever.
Sherry, when is that meeting?
So 11:30 Monday morning.
Mike could possibly, yeah.
I think just for support, emphasis, and if there are any questions, I think Lacey, you don't have to be there.
Excellent idea. It's always good to be at the meeting to vote
I
on
don't
something.
think one makes no.
Might miss something. Does anybody else have it? Thank you, Sherry. Thanks a lot.
Sure, thank you. And we'll
Yeah.
play around at golf. You give me a holler, all right?
Of course, Mr. Lyon was talking about something maybe happening, but, of course, the time frame is what's got everything, something's gotta happen pretty quick to, in order to keep the office open, does the services that are in there, do they have to go through the state, a lot of y'all's computer, all your computer stuff and all? Do y'all have to be there, have to have an office there for that, or go away? The technology part of it, I mean, like, all the programs and things,
I think it will go away.
That's what-
Terry has access to it, but as far as
yeah.
we're concerned, if we were there as not state merit employees, we would not have access.
I have access to Focus Talent. The only thing that I can't really do is unemployment, which I do
Well,
not do unemployment anyway.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, that's a different, I was just wondering about, if you're there, but you don't have access to the information,
I do have.
okay. And you got access, okay, okay, that was a concern.
Anybody else got anything? Gary, you got anything?
Not really, just that, I think I would not operate without the Senate and continue to progress meaningful assistance that we give to manufacturing entities and to those who may be in a position that they are less fortunate, don't have the skill to secure the type of jobs that they need to move them to another level of income and being a contributor to all of them. And I don't want to speak for the council, but in my position, I'm going to say that I am committed to do and find whatever means we need to make this work, Judge. And the judge and I have talked and talked and listened and researched, and I have no idea where we're going to find out. But I do know that whatever we've got to do, we need to do. And with that, I need to do a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is that the motion of Mr. Washington? Second by Mr. Hammond. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Thanks, Judge. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Gary.
Sound like it's gonna have like a restructure if it can stay there, it might have to be reorganized or restructured.
It'd be more
to a
like
different-
local control, basically,
Yeah.
is what, if we do this, which gives us more flexibility in what we can do, now.
Some ways, yeah.
We're kind of,
Have more control over.
we've got to kind of do what they tell us to do now, and sometimes that kind of keeps you from doing things that would help you, so.
Same outreach that we currently have.
Yeah, we will have.
Or actually, they'll be doing more employment services, and you might find out.
Yeah, because as the judge said, I mean,
Yeah.
that is one good
Well,
thing.
more is good, okay.
We will have greater input to,
what programs, more job fairs if we choose to do so, we're kind of, at their mercy, whatever they kind of tell us to do, they kind of got to do that now. And now this would kind of give us, whatever works for Marion County might not work for Washington County, whatever works for Nelson County might not be the same as it is here. So it gives us the flexibility to do more with it. So I'm like the mayor said, it's something that the list we got's a mile long what they do up there, and I know we've got 2 great employees there too, and with Terry addition to that. We're finding people all the time, so I'd hate to lose them. I really would. So.
I want to say too, as a partner of Liquor Control Ag, we are a team together. And I can't do my job without you.
Somewhat, which is a lot of unemployment stuff. My role now is a lot of unemployment stuff, and that comes down from Frank.
So you still won't be paid from the same fund?
Yes, but
You
I'll,
just won't be in this location?
right,
Right, should
but I'll be doing something
But
different.
Should be reassigned.
Yeah, she's,
can you talk to the state? I know everybody wants to talk to the state. We always give them industrial incentive, can we give the state an incentive to keep them here?
You know, what made sense to me, I talked to Jimmy, and he said, well, you might get a part-time person 5 days a week. I'm like, well, just give us another person 5 days a week. It makes sense, but I mean,
If they pull it out to save the winter man, or save the energy cost, or whatever.
if that's the case, we're probably the cheapest building in the state, I'll be honest with you.
I'm agreeing we'll do away, with $1,000 a month or whatever.
I think that if you read into it, I think this is just the first step, and it's a long-term maneuver toward what I think Terry was talking about in regards, or someone was talking about in regards to, trying to, lower, basically reach out for more technology, aspects in regards to, solutions.
Technology's good until you don't work.
Yeah, and I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we don't have the,
A lot of times it don't work.
yeah, and unfortunately, it's state
To
government.
Darren's point, if they're gonna pay her anyway to go to Frankfurt, you should just try to maybe, or keep her here.
Free incentive.
That'd be wonderful.
Stay in the
Whether
system.
they have free
That-
incentive or take over the building or something.
But we're going into it where they're not gonna do that. I mean, we gotta look at it. That's why we're here tonight, is to try to get a plan to figure out. And my main question is, what if we don't keep our career center? That's the biggest question I got. We all suffer, so I mean, that's how I kinda wanna,
I hate to ever agree with John Arthur, but I am tonight one time.
Man,
He
like
mentioned
this
the
day.
crowd being large. That only shows the support and what you can do if everybody gets together with this thing. We can make something happen here, okay? And I did agree with you.
Write that down. Chad, did you get that in a minute? I think that, I think this meeting on Monday with, and Judge Tells, I think it's an excellent idea that you guys attend, because just like any meeting, as we know, when there's a face with the conversation, it usually helps. But I think this meeting on Monday is gonna be critical, and I think Lincoln Trail stepped up. I think that's wonderful, so I think we need to see where that goes as of Monday, and then we'll have a better idea and a better
Exactly.
direction on how we need to move forward as a team, okay? So,
So we need to meet again.
One of the things in talking to the state, I noticed there were, 12 satellite offices. One of them was McKee, population 800.
Yeah, I saw that.
Might explore a little bit, what the possibility of being a satellite office, would be, just as a suggestion.
Yeah.
I got a feeling it's pretty
Yeah,
much
yeah.
in stone, but
we have.
If there was any salaries attached, the answer's no.
So, we've asked a lot of questions, but we really haven't got, it's, so. Yep.
I think the support for this is clear, from attendees in this meeting. And like John Arthur said, I think after this next meeting, we probably need to get more specific, okay, what we need to do. I think it's obvious everyone here agrees that we need to try to keep it. It's just gonna be nailing down the specifics on the plan, on how we make that happen.
How many
Let's say our prayers and keep our faith.
Does anybody else have anything? John?
First of all, I want to thank you and the court and the mayor and the city council for hosting this forum and allowing us to come over and at least listen in. And like Terry, I hope I don't talk too long. Most of you probably don't know that our office is only staffed 1 day a week, and it's staffed by someone out of the Bardstown office. I personally feel, and I've talked to the mayor somewhat, that we're much more closely aligned, and that list of services that are offered and people that use it shows that we're much more closely aligned in Marion County. So, I would like to pledge our support as we work through the details. We know there's gonna be some funding involved, and I don't know at what level we can participate at this point. But the mayor can speak to that point, but we have discussed it briefly and started the conversation. Working out the details is gonna be the hard part. But just having the support, showing support for the industry and hearing industry's feedback has been phenomenal. To hear that how much they're being used, and from Jabber Brady, hearing how much the jail uses it. And like someone said, most of these people, they talk about using technology. A lot of these people don't know how to use technology. And they don't have the means to get to Elizabethtown. And so, and if they do, and I think somebody else mentioned it, where are they going to be directed? Are they going to be directed back to Washington and Marion County? Probably not, because as most of us know, industry today is looking for warm bodies. I mean, they're not even looking for skilled people now. They just need people to fill slots. And if there's openings in Hardin County and they go to Hardin County, more than likely they're going to be pushed towards an industry in Hardin County. So if we lose something in our region, I'm afraid we're going to lose more than just that office. We're going to start losing potential employees. So I would pledge to help you, mayor, whoever, to try to keep some type of some office open in our region. And the best site, of course, would be here at Lebanon. Just wanted to voice this.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Judge.
Debbie, I didn't recognize you. I didn't see you back there, but I appreciate.
But I am here to
I-
support, Judge Sellers and I talked yesterday for about 30 minutes, and I spoke with, Mayor Crenshaw for about 40 minutes yesterday as well. And I am here to support, and we are willing to do what we can.
Thank you.
But I do agree with, John Arthur, I think we need to come to the table, and there's just more planning to do in a short period of time. But I think Lincoln Trail is on the right road, and I think they're gonna help us,
Thank you.
and, I think we're gonna be okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Adams?
We've been saying it, but I've been through these, closures for the federal level quite a bit, and, the first thing you gotta do is you gotta get a rebuttal. You can't leave it up to the trail to go and to punch your battle for. You gotta have a plan, you gotta submit this plan, and you gotta show what you're willing to sacrifice in order to keep this open. There's a lot of these places around the state ain't even gonna respond. If you have a good response, and you got it from the industry, you got it from the city, you got it from the county, and you put this together into a plan and submit it. I mean, then you're gonna get some action. You can't wait for somebody else to make work with her.
That's why we're here tonight. That's why we're here. Exactly why we're here.
You gotta fight your own battles.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Adams.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have anything?
They were talking about the state says no salaries, you know. That's what they say, but if you come up, like you said, with a plan, with something, show them that we're willing to do more than our part, maybe they can do a little bit. You don't know.
They can
Yeah,
do a
we
lot.
need-
It's just
They can
about-
do a lot, but we can
Getting
start
them
with
to
a
do
little bit. But
And yeah, and I agree with Judge, and we all know it's tough on this level and on the city's level when you get so many you get something said or something, there's so much misinformation and misdirection, and nobody wants to, when you look up, nobody's wanting to stop the buck and say, here we are. So it's like a moving target.
It is.
It's frustrating.
Does anybody else have anything? I think we all realize we're gonna have to make some decisions the next couple of weeks, city council and fiscal quarter sales. So I promise you, we'll keep everybody's concerns and needs in mind when we do so. So I really appreciate the support we got tonight. And if anybody has any suggestions or hears anything any different than what we've said tonight, I welcome you to come and let us know, or tell somebody, or come see me, or call us, because we really don't know exactly what's going down, so, or what's going to happen. So I'd appreciate anything anybody can do to help us, and I really appreciate the support that we've had here tonight. It shows kind of what's been going on at the Career Center.
It's what our community's
What
about.
our community's
Working
about.
together.
It's
That's what it's all about.
it looks really good on our part in Washington County also. So we appreciate everybody coming out tonight. Thanks again.
Do we need to set up another
Motion.
meeting?
We will after Monday, after we find out.
After we find out Monday.
Motion to
MTA.
adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
No.
Yep.